My name is Louis Jorzak, and I'm the Parish Council Liaison to Children's Religious Education. And we're here with Beth Craig and Kaitlyn Armiger, who are the coordinators for this wonderful ministry. And so Beth, tell us a little bit about Children's Religious Education Ministry.
Children's Religious Education is religious education or formation. Some people know it as the old term CCD, if you will.
I did CCD myself.
Sure, okay.
It was Wednesday night.
Yes, yeah. And so we offer children's religious education here at St. Louis from children ages 3 through 5th grade. They come to a classroom style formation once a week on Sunday mornings in between the 9 and 11:30 masses, so from 10:15 to 11:15 during the school year. And they learn more about the Catholic faith and more about God and their relationship with God as well.
Okay, and Kaitlyn, what's your role?
Yes, I am Beth Craig's new administrative assistant. So when you come for religious education, I'll be in the front office and I'll help you check you in, and anything you need I can hopefully help you with.
And you said it's on Sunday morning, and what times again?
10:15 to 11:15 here in the school.
And when do you start? And what time of year do you start?
Sure, we actually start after Labor Day, so I think our first classes are around like the 15th of September this year. This year we're actually going to be starting with a family kickoff, so it's going to be with our religious education program, our junior high youth ministry, our high school youth ministry. We're going to have a huge family cookout the first weekend after Labor Day, and then the weekend after that is when we're going to start our classroom style religious education.
And so you start with 3-year-olds, as young as 3?
Yes, we
Okay.
start with 3 years old in preschool, and they have their own little textbooks, and they go through the textbooks, and they do crafts, and they sing songs, and they play games, and they start to learn more about our faith, and then we go all the way up through 5th grade. Obviously, our biggest year is 2nd grade with First Reconciliation and First Communion. And one thing I would like to point out is that we have a requirement in our diocese that a child must be enrolled in the 1st grade or 1 year prior to a sacrament. So they have to be enrolled in 1st grade religious education in order to make their sacraments in 2nd grade. So it's very important that that happens, and Father Pat each year will send out a letter to all registered families of 1st grade and 2nd graders to let them know of these requirements.
And so when you have the First Communion, and when that's done, I mean, are you done? Is religious formation over?
That's a great question, and one that is often misunderstood. No, religious education is not over. We would love for people to continue with religious education. It's so important. Just because communion has been made, that First Communion, it's not a stopping point, it's a starting point, because now they know about Jesus in the Eucharist, and they know about our church, and when they come to Mass on Sunday, they can participate in a whole new way. They don't have to sit in a pew or come up and cross their hands. They get to receive, and so we want to keep fostering that. And that's why we offer it in 3rd grade, and in 4th grade, and in 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, all the way through an adult here at St. Louis. We're so blessed to have all these programs, and we don't want children to stop, so please keep sending the kids.
Are there any options for people that don't necessarily or can't necessarily make it every Sunday, or they have some kind of circumstance that doesn't allow that?
Sure, definitely. Last year we started implementing a program. I brought a brand new program here to our parish. I call it Family Formation, and it is for families and individuals that have busy schedules and they have things they have to do on Sunday mornings, or maybe it's a household where it's a divorce situation and the children are not with their parent that is here in Fishers every week. No matter the situation, if you cannot make it.
I go to the 5 p.m. Mass.
Exactly.
On Sunday.
Sure.
And so it's maybe inconvenient.
Yeah,
to
definitely. So the Family Faith Formation is something that we started offering last year. We're going to continue it this year. It's kind of like a homeschool option. So some people think, oh, I don't have to come on a weekly basis, it might be easier. Well, there's a little bit more components to this formation. What happens is the child and the family, so the parents or the siblings, would come on a monthly basis here to the school, and it's September through May, and they would have formation that month. They're at home on the weeks that they're not here at the school. They're still going through the same textbook that the rest of the children that are coming for weekly formation are going through. However, there's also some requirements like Mass reflections. So when you go to Mass, there's some questions, or what did Father Pat or Father Travis say in the homily? What liturgical color were they wearing in their vestments? So it's more home-based. There's also a service component to it, where they have to do service hours as a family and talk about how did this bring us closer as a family, or what did we do, what ways did we serve the people of the church or the people of the community.
So when does, you said Labor Day is after Labor Day is when it starts. When should parents have their children registered?
Sure. Registration is already open. You can find the registration form by going to the St. Louis website, www.sldmfishers.org. Click on Parish and then click on Weekly Elementary, and that's where you'll find the registration form for the weekly classes. If you want to find more information about the family program, there's one right underneath it that says Monthly Family. That's where you can find that information. When it comes to registration dates, we would love for people to be registered by the beginning of August. It really helps us to know the class sizes so that we know how many volunteers that we need. And speaking of volunteers, we need volunteers. We need people.
We always need volunteers.
We need people to help teach these children the faith. And you don't have to be a teacher. You don't have to be an expert on the Catholic Church. We provide everything for you. And we really walk with you. You know, there's people that have never taught a day in their lives, and they come and they teach religious education, and they are surprised at how much they love it, because oftentimes they're learning so much more about their personal faith by these children coming in and week out, and the smiles on their faces, and the joy that they have. And so, yes, we need volunteers registered by the beginning of August. It just helps us in our planning.
Well, wonderful. Well, thank you both for your time. I appreciate it, and thanks for all that you do for St. Louis de Montfort and this wonderful ministry.
Of course,
Well,
it's our
thank you so
pleasure.
much. Yes.